I saw a really interesting quote the other day from a fitness influencer of all things on, I think it was YouTube Shorts. It was from a fitness influencer named Sarah Safi, I think. I was just scrolling through shorts and this particular short popped up. She was basically saying that you got to make sure you don't listen to other people or take their insults or their criticisms for any form of face value. If they call your content cringy or whatever you're doing cringy or lame or corny or stupid, you can't listen to them because it can stop you from doing something that you actually really enjoy. I kind of took that to heart, to be honest, because I actually like doing in-person content, IRL things, being on the camera, but I've always had it in the back of my head. Is this cringy? Is this too corny? Is this enjoyable? Will anybody like this? Ironically, that's how I used to feel before I started doing these like talking videos where I look into a camera and just kind of talk about some kind of random subject. Then one of my friends, fellow YouTuber, her name is Pondipoon, and she told me that she actually really enjoyed listening to me discuss random subjects, random topics on a Call of Duty gaming channel of all things. She actually enjoyed listening to that. And I took that to heart, actually. Shout out to her for motivating me, obviously, to keep doing this kind of content. But I took that to heart. It made me realize I gotta just keep doing things that I enjoy. For a while, I was struggling to come up with ideas for this particular channel. It's a Call of Duty focused channel, but I didn't want to steal somebody else's idea. I didn't want to be a copycat. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want people to think my personality was corny. And then after a while, I had to kind of tell myself just to shut up for a minute and just start making stuff. It's the same advice I give to all of my friends that are interested in doing YouTube content. Don't keep talking about what you're going to do. Obviously, like, plan out things, give ideas, discuss with yourself, plan for the future, I guess, in a way. But the more you just talk and don't do, the less you'll actually get out there. And the more that you listen to those inside and outside voices telling you this is lame, this is boring, this is stupid, there's a higher chance you will just never do what you want to do, actually. And that's honestly the most valuable lesson I've learned as a guy who's been doing content for some years now. You got to keep trying new things. You can't listen to outside voices. If they aren't trying to help you grow, or if they aren't giving you good advice, you can't listen to them. The kind of people that call you a loser or cringy or say whatever you're doing is just bad and awful usually don't have anything going on outside of their internet lives. As a matter of fact, they probably wish they had the courage to do what you do, which is hop in front of a camera and do some kind of content, be it in person, be it on a game, or whatever I'm doing right here. I don't even know what we call this, honestly. But the point is, you can't listen to people that don't have anything else going on in their lives. If they aren't telling you their triumphs or their ideas or their visions or their plans, and they're just hating and criticizing you constantly nonstop, those are the kind of people you just cannot listen to. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't be open to good criticism or good advice. There's such a thing as good advice and good criticism, but I'm talking about the people that only go out of their way to say whatever you're doing is lame or corny or boring. There's an audience for literally everything, and it's quite clear that that person is either not your target audience or they're just a hater. And again, like I said, some people give genuinely good advice. There are people out there that do care about your growth and your ability to become something, of course. Again, referencing my friend, she told me that she really enjoys this type of content over me, say, posting like a Call of Duty video. Now, it doesn't mean the Call of Duty videos are bad, but they don't appeal to her certain demographic. That doesn't also necessarily mean I need to strictly make videos to appeal to one particular person, but you get the point. You gotta keep doing what you enjoy. Keep doing it. It doesn't matter if somebody else thinks it's lame and boring, somebody else will enjoy it. I make Star Wars videos, Star Wars strategy game videos on my other channel. I could go to 20 different people I know in real life that wouldn't find it interesting, but I've got 4,000 subscribers over there that do find that kind of stuff interesting. Now, of course, the people that I know that really aren't invested too hard into my Star Wars content, they're not haters. They're just not my target audience, and that's okay. But they also don't go out of their way to just destroy the things that I find interesting to say it's lame or boring. They just know it's not for them. To be honest, I appreciate when somebody tells me that the style of content I make isn't for them. It kind of lets me know I don't have to redirect energy into trying to show that person my content. If it's really just not for them, I can focus on pushing that energy towards other things or other people. We're getting really philosophical today. I'm here for it. Related to that post from that fitness influencer I mentioned earlier, some of your biggest critics can come from well within your circle. The way she put it was very interesting. I think it was her that said this quote also. Your friends and family are not your target audience. At least I think that's what she said, or somebody saw that. I heard that quote recently, and it makes so much sense. The target audience for your content, almost 99% of the time, will not be friends or family. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but they're gonna look at you from a different perspective. Instead of looking at you as a content creator, they'll look at you as a friend or a family member. Some of what you say in your content could be taken on a personal level, and that could be completely by accident. To be honest, I don't really market any of my content towards any of my friends or family members. Like, I do share it on social media platforms that family members and friends, of course, follow me on, but the goal of that content posting is just to push it out to other people that potentially might see it and have an actual interest in that said content. Now, granted, I do have some family members and friends that also watch my content here and there, but I've also had some that I've shown the content to, and they were kind of like, yeah, this is dope, but you know, they weren't really into it, and that's okay. They're not my target audience at the end of the day. A lot of this stuff you really have to be careful with. You don't want to take things way too personal. I think that's a problem with the world in this day and age. Everybody takes every single thing personal. I still don't understand the concept of just arguing with somebody on like a social media platform. That concept makes absolutely no sense to me. At the end of the day, you're not going to change that person's mind. Why even drag it out? What's the point? Where's the fun? Some people see it as trolling. Some people just enjoy doing it. I'm good, dude. No, I don't like arguing with people. I have my opinions on things. You have your opinions on things. As long as we're respectful to each other, I don't care at the end of the day. I can tell the difference between a person who actually has like an open mind and is willing to hear out my particular opinion on things. But for the most part, I don't like arguing. Getting back on subject though, when you make your content, when you do your videos, whether it be in public or again on a game, show no fear, just do it, okay? Nobody's gonna care at the end of the day. Those passerbys that are giving you weird looks, they're gonna forget about it by tomorrow. They're not gonna care. You gotta do what makes you happy and what will bring you your income and bring you the money that you're looking to get out of whatever you're doing. And heck, even if it doesn't bring you money, you still gotta do it because you enjoy it. I've had friends that didn't want to post content because they were, well, in the belief that nobody's gonna watch it. And I'm just like, dude, you never know. You never know who could see your videos or your content or whatever. It's funny. The other day, during April Fool's Day, I posted a picture in my Complexity jersey and I tagged the owner of Complexity and Complexity itself in the tweet and said, yo guys, I just joined Complexity as the new like content manager. I want to thank you guys so much. Tell me why that tweet actually kind of micro blew up a little bit. Like people were actually believing I joined Complexity. And then the owner of Complexity, Jason Lake, actually liked the tweet and so did Complexity. He even said, you look good in that shirt, brother. But the point is with that, it was a cringy post. It was a really cringy post, to be honest. It's just me in the bathroom making a weird face like something like that and saying, you know, I joined Complexity. For those that don't know, Complexity is one of the biggest North American esports organizations out there, just to give some clarification on that in case you don't know who they are. But either way, it was still ridiculous to post something like that. It was cringy, it was corny, but it got me interactions, it got me replies from the literal owner of the organization. Does that really add up to anything currently? Not so much, but the point is, it was still worth doing it because you just never know. You never know. I would have never expected Jason Lake, of all people, to reply to one of my tweets about joining Complexity when the owner for sure knows I am not the content manager of Complexity. I'm not opposed to it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not opposed to the idea whatsoever. Yo, Jason Lake, please bang my line. I really got to use this camera for more videos like this. Just like the quality is so different compared to like a web camera. Look at it. I've got a friend staying in town with me and Jazz this week. She's in town just for like the week or so to watch the solar eclipse that's coming up and just to hang out with us. It's kind of interesting recording videos when I've got other people in the household. They're not here right now, but it's funny recording these kind of videos or just videos in general, knowing I have somebody else in the room or in the building like listening to me. My neighbors can't hear me, I don't think, because all of our walls are like made out of concrete. And when I record videos like this, I shut my windows, A, because I want to talk a little bit louder, and B, you guys would actually hear like all the birds and the children in the cars like screaming up and down the driveway. I swear, dude, when the kids get here, like when they get out of school, all you hear is screaming for like a solid 10 minutes straight. The kids are just running up the complex, just shouting at each other. It makes me miss being young sometimes. Speaking of miss, dude, oh my God, I've been going through this thing, man, where I miss like college. I am almost 30. I graduated college 5 years ago, right before COVID started. I never got a chance to walk the stage, which to this day is one of my biggest, I want to say, regrets. I don't really hold on to regrets like I used to, but if I could go back and do anything, it would be walking the stage. I worked so hard to get to that point in my life. I had went through so many things to get to a point where I could graduate college. I'm still regretful that I didn't walk the stage. I actually might try to see if I can do it just for the heck of it. It's 5 years later, but I want those pictures of me in a cap and gown. Like, I worked hard to get it. Granted, I don't do a single thing with that degree now, but I worked hard to get it. Missing college though, I miss the feeling of having my friends like right up and down the street, having some kind of system, being in the same environment as people that are kind of going through the same motions as I am, be it studying, be it grinding for a major, or trying to, I don't know, get into some kind of organization or being a part of a program or something. I miss being in that constructive environment around people doing the same thing. I mentioned this in a previous video. I want to live in an area where I'm around people that like to do content or are interested in being in YouTube videos, IRL videos, esports related things, whatever. I want to be in an environment where people kind of are going in the same direction as I am. One of the loneliest parts about living in the part of Ohio that I live in is I don't know a lot of content creators out here. Everybody's so spread out. All of my friends at esports events, they all live in different cities and states. So when those events are over, it feels like I'm just kind of going back to just a very weird and quiet life, I guess. I'm grateful for the life that I have. I'm grateful for my job, my wife, my home, everything. I'm so grateful for all of it. But I really do just miss the sense of community, the sense of having people that I care about live 5 minutes down the street from me within walking distance. I could obviously just make more friends, but nothing replaces those kind of people, the people you went through struggles with while you were trying to just figure out your own life. All in all, you were all partying and having fun and hanging out with each other all the time. Nothing will ever really replace that feeling, but if I had a time machine, I would relive almost all 5 years of my college life again. Because to this day, I think that is still the happiest era of my life. I'm in a happy spot now, but nothing again beats that sense of community or just being around my friends all the time. Me and one of my friends, me and her have like a random like mushy session once a month where we'll talk about like all the old college days, us missing our friends and everybody hanging out, man. It's tough sometimes. Honestly, that's one of the biggest things that I probably go through as a person whenever I'm just having like a down day. It's just me missing friends, missing that environment, missing the parties, missing walking all over the place just to see all my friends and stuff, walking to parties with my friends, walking to bars and restaurants and all that kind of stuff, man. Like college education wise, was okay, but it built me up as a person from a social like perspective that I never thought would have been possible. I was a semi-social guy in high school. I was really shy in middle school, and then prior to that, I really wasn't talkative at all. But when I got to college, that first week, and everybody had their doors open in my dorm room, music blasting, people just having fun, like that was just a memory. That's a set of memories I will never forget for as long as I live. I genuinely do miss being in school sometimes. I miss the atmosphere of living in dorms. I love being around people, if you can't tell. I loved being able to just look across the hall and my friends have their doors wide open. You just go over there, talk some trash, have some fun, you know. Those were some really, really, really good times. I'll never forget the time where one of my dorm mates, he got like a crew of people together to basically rebuild somebody's bed. I think it was his roommate. Rebuild his roommate's bed in reverse order. They took the whole thing apart, put the mattress on the ground, then hammered the frame down, and you couldn't flip it. The frame was like slammed in on top of the mattress. And then his roommate got him back by literally putting his mattress on top of the showers in the bathroom. He was sort of a short guy, so he couldn't reach up there to get the mattress. Dude, so much stupid stuff used to happen my freshman year of college, man. One of my friends actually did, I don't know what kind of drug he did. I don't want to say it because I don't know how YouTube's gonna feel about that, but it was one of the typical college drugs that he did, and he ended up getting into a fist fight with a paper towel dispenser because it was talking trash to him. Imagine it's like 3 in the morning, all you hear is just banging coming from the bathroom. And the guy just comes out with like bits of plastic stuck in his hands. I don't know where that guy is now. I hope he's actually doing really good, because I think that was the only year that he was at that school. If you're young and you're still not certain if you want to go to college or not, obviously don't go to college strictly for parties, but I will tell you one thing. If you want to grow as a person and socialize, go to a college, and don't go to one particular type of college that's very specific to your type of person. Go to a college where you will see multiple types of people, because you will learn so much about the world, different cultures, different parts of America where people come from. You will learn so much in college so quickly. And it's the best feeling in the world. You learn a lot about the world, you meet some great people, and you all grow up together. I'm still friends with a lot of people from college, and I'm trying to see if we can see each other more and more throughout the rest of this year. But I really, really, really didn't realize I was in the good times until some years later, man. It doesn't help that music during that era was also so unique and fresh. We had the whole SoundCloud era, the trap rap era. Like, that was such a good time, man. But enough about me getting all nostalgic and stuff, because this stuff honestly actually pulls at my heartstrings just a little bit. I miss those times and I miss being with those people. But I guess the best thing I can do as a person is just keep moving forward and growing. I don't know how we got to this particular subject. I think I had that particular topic on my mind for a while, and I just kind of wanted to talk about it. Don't let people convince you not to do what you want to do. If you want to make that video, be it fitness, be it gaming, and you think it's cringy, or you think somebody else is going to think it's cringy, make that video. Have fun with it and just do it.